Turn-based JRPGs include some of the most beloved titles in all video game history. In this video, I will show you some best turn-based JRPG games for beginners. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is Am Setsuna. This game continues the grand tradition of the original host of turn-based JRPG games. Am Setsuna features all of the hallmarks you'd expect: a team of 3-4 characters, magical abilities, a journey across the land, and more. As with 10 francs, a central female character can save the world, and a central male character protects her on her journey. It's a fantastic straightforward experience with beautiful old-school graphics. The only downside is that you have to be very fastidious about saving. Next up we have Fire Emblem Three Houses. The fighting in this Fire Emblem game, like that of Valkyria Chronicles, might be intimidating at first. However, the game introduces new elements and abilities in a way that is easy to understand for newbies to the genre. The addition of an academy-style atmosphere makes learning more enjoyable. The social components of the game are more important than the fighting. Getting to know all of the characters and forming connections is just as important as the turn-based fighting in any JRPG. Next up we have Final Fantasy IX. The Final Fantasy series spans decades, with games dating back to the late 1980s. Each one has its own environment and cast of people for gamers to learn about. Final Fantasy IX features a young group of characters, including a princess, a dark mage, an actor thief, and others, in a medieval-style environment. Not only is the soundtrack phenomenal, but the plot of the game deals with all kinds of things from grief to coming of age to making hard decisions. Next up we have Legends of the Heroes Trails in the Sky. Trails in the Sky and Trails of Cold Steel are two books in the Legends of the Heroes series. The Trails in the Sky series follows Estelle and Joshua, two bracers in training who become entangled in a scheme far larger than their small-town existence. The tale is based on a more standard JRPG plot, but it is told in a unique fashion, with a variety of character powers and attacks. The soundtrack will keep you bopping all day long, and the depth of content will keep you up all night. Next up we have Valkyria Chronicles. The Valkyria Chronicles series of games can be a bit difficult to get the hang of at first. But its particular type of turn-based combat is not just engage an enemy and use abilities and attacks. Players must move across a grid using ability points to engage enemies. Think of it more as a tactics game than a turn-based RPG. But that's not to say that the story is lacking in any way. The puzzles of combat will keep players coming back over and over again. Next up we have Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age. Many fans consider the Dragon Quest franchise to be one of the originators of the genre. That's just one reason why it features in other Japanese game series like Yakuza. Starting with this game, in particular, introduces new players to familiar aspects of the game series in a more standardized format. It also means that, once you finish this game, you can visit other games in the series and then replay this one. The replayability of JRPGs is half the fun of them, because you notice more Easter eggs and references on subsequent playthroughs. The last game of this video is Chrono Trigger. For anyone new to the turn-based JRPG genre, Chrono Trigger is the absolute first game to play. Fans consider it the gold standard with its stellar soundtrack, incredible story, and multiple endings. In fact, there are 13 possible outcomes for players to encounter depending on their choices. This title is also one of the most widely available with ports to iOS, Android, PC, and Nintendo DS over the years. So that's the list of 7 best turn-based JRPG games for beginners. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Games Puff and press the bell icon for more gaming videos.